Oh yes, we are back. Mondays of Thunder offline Craftsman Truck Series race number 12 at Mosport. Race number 2 of the playoffs, and it's a road course. We all remember what happened here last season. It was quite intense, especially for the leader, Brody Walker at the time, who did not win that. Spoiler alert, but it's going to be a very intense race. I think we did 26 laps last season, so I think probably around 20, give or take, this season with the 20% race length. We're gonna do, I think it's 6 laps for the qualifying race. Yes, 6 laps. So it's gonna be a quickie to see who can make it into the show. As usual, we know our top 5 advance on. We do have a small change in the entry list. We have Virginia Brock joining us. I think this might be your second or third qualifying race this season. I'm not quite sure, but who knocked themselves out? Alex Dreyer had a great finish the last race, and he is now, at least for one race, locked in before the qualifying race is over. So pretty good for him. Not so much for Virginia. Tristan, welcome. Yeah, excellent. Nap times. Man, I miss naps. Alright. Enough intro. Ooh, we got a cloudy qualifier. That's going to speed things up. Horsepower wise anyway. Looks like we got geez, man, it's been a while. Juan Ramirez up on the pole. We got Daniel Banks impressing yet again. I think he did quite well his first time at Bristol Motor Speedway. Or no, was it Richmond? See, this is what happens when we leave too many days in between races. I literally forgot everything. I do remember Daniel Banks getting in convincingly, and I think maybe even getting a top 10. So he's looking to be poised for another start here. I'm not going to jinx anything, but Daniel Banks in that 33 truck doing well so far. Carson Hubbard third, Ivan Wright in fourth, and Keegan Love Jr. Rounding out your top 5. Of course, that could all change as things go on and progress, but let's get into it and see who is going to win. I don't mind missing the start too much here because it's a long lap. Probably should have done half a lap for this one, but whatever. Very simple yet intriguing track here. This is my hometown track for all of you who are unfamiliar with my whereabouts. I am in Canada. I am in Ontario, Canada, to be more exact, and this track is about 45 minutes away from me, so I do very much enjoy it, more so when I'm on it for real, but that's been quite a few years since that's happened, so let's not go down that rabbit hole. Alright. I still remember who is in what truck, though. Hasn't been that long. Which truck? Coy. I wish he would make more starts. Team owner Irvin Vargas not really upgrading too much this season. Of course, the cash flow hasn't been great for them, so understandably it's a bit harder to upgrade this stage in the game. But for some of the veteran dogs, they got very healthy rated trucks, let's put it that way. Virginia Brock not liking the right left-hand turns on Canadian soil. Hey, Will. Long time no talk. Alright, we are racing at Mosport, or more commonly known as Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, but I still call it Mosport. Most people know it by that name, so that's what we will refer to it as for this one. Banks taking the early lead. Here's files in right behind Banks. Carson Hubbard was able to hold on to that third spot. And looks like we got a small battle for fifth here. We got Wright and Love Jr. going into turns 5A and B. Always one of the more intense turns on the track. Very tight quarters. As Love Jr. takes that inside line and finds himself fighting for second now. Great move by Love Jr. He's on a bit of a roll lately. I think he's made, I want to say maybe 3 or 4 of his last 4 or 5 starts, so it's inspiring for team owner Jess Hanna to see stuff like that. He had a rough go earlier on in the season. Pretty much racing out there by himself. One truck. Got Peterson, the teammate of Wright, looking to claim that final transfer spot. And into turn 1. We'll be at the Charlotte Roval with Xfinity. I able to test it. There were no frame drops or frame tears or anything like that. Not like Richmond. I'm not sure what was the deal with Richmond there. That was kind of weird, but in my testing with Charlotte, with the Xfinity cars at least, it was ran pretty clean. Sometimes with the Cup cars, it does kind of glitch out a little bit. I didn't see any of that, at least in my testing, so let's hope it stays that way. So Daniel Banks kind of starting to build a bit of a gap between these guys. Oh, what the heck that was. It's starting to walk away. Evan Wright holding on to that 5th and final spot convincingly as well over who is in 6th. Looks like we got Jacobs in 6th. Peterson dropped down to 7th now. That 92 of Chris Green also going to make up some spots from that lackluster qualifier. Lap 3 of 6, halfway through this qualifying race, and we got a battle for second shaping up. It's only going to give Banks a little more breathing room. I'm not sure where this Banks was when he was driving for ATR, but man, he is going to have to be quite an asset for Dave Grubb and the boys. HRI. Love Junior nabs 2nd place there. Hubbard 3rd. Ramirez has slipped down to 4th now. Wright has lost his cushion between 5th and 6th. Looks like we got Chris Green now promoted to 6th. We want to challenge Wright as soon as possible. Laps are ticking off quickly here. It's a fairly short lap. I think it's about 2.5 miles. Can't be that. I think it's less than 2.5 miles. Very quick race. You're watching this final transfer spot. 2 laps to go. Sorry, 3 laps to go. I always forget the counter is what lap they're on, not what lap they've completed. I think Wright is gonna start to have to defend soon. He wants to keep that final transfer spot. Jacobs and Green come alive later on in this qualifier, as the rest of the competitors have kind of trailed off. Looks like McCoy might be starting to enter the frame here. Peterson has started to lose some touch with 5th, and ooh, pretty heavy front end damage from Brock. Not sure where that came from, but not looking good for her. That's especially on this long straightaway, that's gonna destroy her top end speed. She finds herself in 11th, last place. I'm not gonna hold my breath too much for her at this point. as Ramirez has lost another position. Right now has a bit of a breathing room between him and 6th place. Now it leaves Ramirez on the bubble. It's an all-round disappointing season for my boys. Ramirez hasn't really been able to fight his way out of the qualifying races. And Jacobs has been in there since race 2, and I think he's only made about 10 starts, so I mean, I guess considering he's only failed to make 2 races, or 3, no, 1 race. Is it 1? I can't remember how many starts he has. Anyway, it's not looking good for my boys. I think I need a shake-up after this season. We'll see what I can find in the driver market. And it looks like Virginia Brock has officially retired. Truck. Take that engine for another race. JD Yoho, so looking like he hasn't crossed the line in a little while, so I think we might have found the culprit, or at least the person involved with her. Oh, what happened to Banks? That's Cole still there, but we'll just pretend we didn't see that. Love Jr. takes the lead. Banks kind of falling off later on in this run. We saw this last season where drivers they would just burn up their stuff too early, and then they would fall back later on in the run. It's quite exciting. Pretty good AI for this track. More realistic. Got all our top 8 right there in that one frame. Ramirez still holding on to the final transfer spot. This is the final lap. Here they come onto the back straightaway one last time. See the top 5, you could throw a blanket on them. Say maybe no more than a second and a half separate them at this point. Super close racing. I don't think Chris Green will have enough to catch Ramirez, although it was a valiant effort. Just I think he ran out of time. Here comes Keegan Love Jr. around the final turn to take the qualifying race win. Hubbard in 2nd, Ivan Wright keeps 3rd, and looks like Banks and Ramirez, our 2 front row sitters, hold on, nab 4th and 5th. So that was a bit nerve-wracking, I'm sure, for the owners of the 33 and 9 truck. So glad to see at least one of my guys make it through. That's a little bias in that. Gonna write down transfer drivers and set up for the main race. Pretty exciting one. Can't wait to see what this track will look like with 40 trucks on it instead of just 11. Two drivers failed to finish. But anyway, that's irrelevant at this point in time. We will take a quick intermission and we will be back with our main race. Okay, we are back now. Got our 5 transfer drivers locked and loaded into the main race. Those were the 96 of Love Jr., the 0 of Hubbard, the 34 of Wright, 33 of Banks, and last and final transfer spot was the number 9 of Ramirez. But that was all for nothing. This was just for drivers to have a chance at competing in the main race. I was off by 1 lap. We're doing 21 laps, and if memory serves correctly, the pit window is around 13 to 16 laps. So you got a few strategies here. Not sure what the AI will likely do. If we have an early caution, I'd say they'll pit there, but you know, if you're further back in the field, I would say take a swing at it, pit a little early, save your stuff. You'll probably still be faster, and who knows where you'll end up. But remember, this playoff time, so we got a lot at stake here, more than usual. I do a qualifying sesh, and we'll see where everything kind of lines up. Sean Cohen is your pole sitter. Tristan Grace, welcome back to the front row. Carson Hubbard, our qualifying race second place driver, in third. I think he qualified third in the qualifier too, so that's kind of neat. Schwartz in fourth, Hannah fifth, Jennifer Johnson in sixth, McRae in seventh, Moss in eighth, Ben Gordon in ninth, and Lucas Montoya rounding out your top 10. Interesting. Oh shoot, I just realized I got Virginia Brock here, and it should be Alex Dreyer. My apologies. Good thing I caught that right now. All right, guys. Sorry, I think we're gonna have to re-rack and figure out a new qualifier. Sorry about that. I'm just gonna restart that and make sure we have all the right competitors in the field. Alright, I am terribly sorry about that, especially to Sean Cohen and Christian Grace there. They had definitely the most to lose from this this mistake of mine, but I want to make sure all the correct trucks and drivers are in it, and you know, that's sometimes gonna make mistakes like that. It's just gonna happen. Oh, looks like we got Gregory Shetner on the pole instead. Trip Chase second, McRae right up there again in third. Grace, you only fell 2 spots, not too bad. Alvarez fifth, Powell sixth. Dreyer, our mystery man, is in seventh. Hughes eighth, McAvoy in ninth, and Donovan looks like he got the last final top 10 spot there. Banks, that's a notable right there in 11th. Ramirez, some qualifying racers getting right up there. Might be a contender before this one's over. Matt Moss, I'm sorry, I think he dropped about 10 spots from that last one. Boya dropping a little bit too. Jennifer Johnson. I feel terrible, guys. I'm so sorry. And our qualifying winner, 40th and last spot by a couple tenths. Interesting. Kind of just shows the variance, about 2 seconds from first to second. So very competitive field, but I'll be looking forward to see Love Jr. climb the charts a little bit, get into this very agonizing and slow pace lap led by Greg Shetner. For a while since we've seen him up front. Got some newer faces in the front. I just realized GMS got 6 competitors, sorry, all 3 drivers in the top 6 there. Not bad. Let's see what GMS has to offer here at Mosport. Couple dodges. Quite a few Dodges. Toyota on the outside front row. Chevy right there in the third row. First Ford's going to be in the fourth row. "21 laps. Say about, realistically, maybe 14, 15 laps of fuel. I would definitely pit earlier if I was the bottom 20. You really got to save your stuff. As we saw what happened in that qualifying race with the 33 truck of Banks. Drive too hard and you'll start slipping back. One of those go slow to go fast type of things. Just realized, you know, it's nice to appreciate some of the artwork all these trucks kind of bring. It's different colors. It looks pretty cool. I'm very proud of all our painters here. Excellent job. They all look great. We're in the final 3 turns now. Racing again shortly. Right, pace cars peeling off. Here we go. Race number 2 of the playoffs at Mosport. We are racing in Canada once again. Rip Chase in a bit of a jump there. I think we kind of saw that in the qualifying race. Same thing here. Chase to the lead. 40 trucks whizzing down that second straightaway there. We got Alvara's going very wide in turn 3, or sorry, turn 2. This is turn 3. Quite a steep drop off these 2 turns. Go up the hill and then right down it. Pretty scary. I love tracks with good elevation changes. It's definitely fun to watch and a little bit more challenging for the drivers to kind of calculate the weight distribution throughout the car as you go up and down these hills. 2 teammates here, Powell and McRae, heading it out for I guess 4th. Jason Donovan already locked in, won the last 2 races. I think Hughes Motorsports is one of the hottest teams in the series, and we got our first caution on lap 1. What happened here? And it looks like Mike Carroll was involved. A reigning champion who will not be a 2-time champion after this season, not even qualifying for the postseason. It was just the worst of seasons for this team. In the truck series, at least. Xfinity, I think they performed admirably. Let's go back and see what happened to Carroll. Doesn't look like too much damage on this one. Ooh. So it happened in turn 2. Looks like Makarov was involved potentially. Yes, they got hooked together right there. Carroll getting tangled up with Billy Sharp on the grass. Billy had nowhere to go after that. Kind of lost traction, and Makarov, heavy front end damage. Oh, is he going to avoid the tire barrier? Oh, doesn't look like it. Oh, that might be fatal for the 85. That's a big blow. One of our playoff drivers. Yikes. Well, that's not great. Oh, looks like we had another tangle up in turn 3. Ooh. Like that would have been Casey Weber making it 3 wide with Irvin Vargas, and again Billy Sharp involved, and Love Jr., a qualifying race winner, angled up in that one early as well. Guess it was just 2 times unlucky for Billy Sharp. Go back live now. Let's run their backstretch. Should be their one and only chance to make a pit stop. Already 2 official retirees from this one, the 50 of Carroll and the 96 of Love Jr. Not going to see the checkered flag on this occasion. Pretty dramatic first lap, I'll say. Really sharp, just getting unlucky twice. I don't think either of those incidents were, you know, of his fault, but dang. So if I'm looking at the points right now, looks like Makarov and Makarov had a pretty bad race at Richmond, so I think 2 strikes and you might be out here. The next race is literally a must-win for Makarov. That'll be 2 first-round exits for that 85 truck. We're gonna have all these guys come in pit road, and ooh, Greg Shetner. Maybe he's texting while he's bidding again. Gonna be fuel only for, I would assume, everyone. Ooh, got some tire changes after 1 green flag lap. Not sure if that's the right call. The amount of positions you're gonna lose in 2 tires, might as well just take 4 and bite the bullet. Matt Moss, issues on pit road. Eight truck, so small issues. Change the camera angle here. That's a weird one. I'll do it manually. There's Makarov. We'll likely see him retire from this one, finishing 35th. 77 out again. 85 looks like ruptured a fuel tank. Well, what happened to the 88 of Montoya? Man, there's just so much damage everywhere. You can't keep track of everything. Oh, looks like this might have happened in the pits. No damage for the pit stop. Oh, Schwartz. Oh. Yikes. Well, that would explain why Schwartz retired. Very tight pit road. Likely see Montoya retire too after he finishes his tow. I guess Schwartz didn't retire, but oh yes, she did. Wow, okay. So we'll probably be down to about 32 trucks after only the first lap of racing. Had a doozy indeed. This is definitely my favorite road courses. Yeah, I are very chaotic here. Sovitek entry of Chip Chase led every lap so far, and he's gonna lead us back to green. Here we go. Powell trying to get the early jump on her team owner, Greg Shetner, and looks like she might get that position. I think she's not going to get that position. Donovan trying to look on the inside. Here comes Alvarez after losing a few spots on the opening couple turns. Looks like he'll make up for it and get some spots back. Here comes the 17 of Lily Holmes. Not the greatest first race of Richmond, but I have no fear that if she can get out of here in one piece, she'll well on her way to the next round. going through the field here. Noah Cole and his new ride. There's the 5 of Baker. Baker, your regular season champion, did not do very great at Richmond either. Attitude struggled highly at Richmond. It was not their favorite track this season so far. Let's see if she can get out of here in one piece. Looks like the 48 and 88 are still kind of chilling in the pit road. It's likely a long tow around this track, probably a couple minutes. We'll find out their fate shortly. Brody Walker was on pace to win this one last season before it was all taken away by Virginia Brock, if memory serves correctly. 84 truck taking him out on the front straight, getting stuck in the wall and obviously retiring from there. That was a disappointer for this team, I'll tell you, but they made up for it. They got a win earlier on in the season. We can finally have a little bit of closure on the one that got away. And Wright and Hubbard are struggling in this one. So dominant in the qualifying race, they are just barely holding on in this one. Got 31 trucks left on the lead lap. The 88 has officially retired. 48 we're still waiting on. Chase building a nice lead for himself. We saw what happened last time. If you just drive too hard, you never know, maybe you'll burn up your stuff. Everyone pitted for fuel on that last caution. I'm not sure if they can make it or not. That would give them about 18 laps if it stays green. I think that might be just a little bit too long to stay out, even with some fuel saving. Vera's on the move. He's jumping back up to second now. Here comes Daniel Banks. Looking for 2 top 10s in a row. Very long back straightaway. These trucks you can probably get up to 170, 180 for sure. A little bit of draft, it makes a huge difference. And aero isn't necessarily always important on road courses, but any track with a long straightaway, you're gonna feel it. Alvarez is losing nearly a second a lap. Good chase. We'll see if that's sustainable or not, but as it is right now, this is Chase's race to lose. Here comes Banks. Inside of Shetner. Now he'll be on the outside. And hold on throughout this turn. Just stay on his right rear quarter panel. He might have a chance going into turn 5. Gotta outbrake the other driver. Here, Banks. Not quite clear. See who has the better exit off of turn 5B, and whoever has some drafting help might also help a little bit with the pass. It's like things are gonna kind of filter through the same way. Daniel Banks not giving it up though. Very fast coming into this turn. There's Tristan Grace, the bad boy. Wasn't there a Trojan sponsor on this, or some Colt? I could have sworn there was. Did you change it and I just updated it and I didn't notice? I thought you had a condom sponsor on here. Could have sworn it. Let me know, Tristan. Maybe I'm just imagining. Maybe I thought you did. Lily Holmes making her way in the top 10. Powell sliding back a little bit to 8th place. McAvoy kind of staying with him in the top 10. Tom Cohen in a nice run right now. Boy, Francisco Guerrero having a good run today too. That one goes a little wide. It's Keith Hughes. You know, real good push from McRae. In the 82 and the 84 truck for teammates, I think they've won last 4 races, including exhibition races, so these motorsports definitely on the right path this postseason. Solid finish here would not guarantee the spot into the second round, but it wouldn't hurt. Hey, if you want to get rid of Baker, Matt, just let me know. Looking for a new driver. Baker struggling on the road courses. More of a super speedway kind of gal. She's hovering around mid-20s right now. This first round is relentless. Short track, road course, and a speedway. I want to leave it until the last race to fight your way in, that's for sure. 48. Still in it. Not bad. Only 2 laps down, Matt. The recovery day now. Picking up the scraps. Fighting with your other car who's in the playoffs, not a smart move, I would say. I'd think you probably want to play, you know, good teammate here. Down a little bit. We got Hubbard starting to make up some spots a little. Not too many, but 41 of Foster. I think Foster's leading the rookie points. This will not be a good points day for him, but yes, he is indeed. Foster's leading. He's got a 6-point lead over Donovan. Howell 8 points behind Jennifer Johnson, 8 points behind Foster as well, so this will be a good opportunity for everyone behind them to potentially gain a few points before the season ends. It's decent prize money for Rookie of the Year. Worth investing in the youth. Chase built himself up a nice 4-second lead. You'll want to see this one go all the way now at this point. Try and stretch that as long as you can before you need to pit. Like Banks actually took a small chunk out of that lead. So 1.5 tenths there. Potentially Chase is starting to fall back now a little bit. We'll see. Race starting to gain a few spots. Holmes climbing up to 6th now, looking for a top 5. Jason Donovan will want to get that top 5 as well. He's already locked in, but... Or sorry, was it Hughes that won the race? I can't remember. Who won the last race? It was Donovan. But Donovan's locked in. Hughes with a very comfortable point lead at this point over the bubble. It's about 40 points above who actually Trip Chase, who was in 9th. We'll see what the timing is like after this lap. Banks was able to gain any. Ooh, about 4/10 that last time by over Trip Chase. Trip Chase is definitely starting to lose a little bit of time now. Watch Tristan Grace climb another spot. Seeing Tristan Grace win two very unpredictable races. He's having another one of those days where he's just there and never really know how it's going to shape up for him until the final lap. He's a very dramatic character and he likes to win in style. See what he has up his sleeve for today, although I'm sure he'll be equally as happy with a nice comfortable finish today. He hasn't had the best season. A championship 4 driver last season, not making the playoffs again this season, so I think he'll take a small victory over a total win today. I think he'll want to just finish well. There goes Grace for 2nd place now, putting Banks in 3rd. Mr. Excitement, Jimmy Spencer 2.0. I always liked Jimmy Spencer. He was a good driver in the 90s. Ooh, we got a yellow flag. Go back to my Jimmy Spencer thoughts after this. Looks like the 83 is definitely involved. Very far behind the rest of the field. Was it another turn 2 incident? No. It's a strange one. Like, okay, hold on. This goes a little further back. Oh, maybe not. Like Noah Cole just, I don't know what that was. Decided he needed to pit maybe, and then decided not to. And then I think he was looking for his pit stall there. That is a very weird, whatever you call it, but let's call it a mechanical issue. Well, Cole, he stops and then forward a little bit, and then he finally gets going again. So maybe just a little scrape on the side of the truck, but nothing too bad for him. I'm gonna call foul on that 83 Hughes Motorsports team. I think the 84 and 82 needed a caution, and so he was the non-playoff truck to bring one out. Well, this definitely helps the 2 of Grace more than anyone. Let's see what the pit call is this time by. I'm not sure if they'll need fuel or not, and if they do you come down for 4 tires? There's laps left. There'll probably be no, sorry. Yeah, no, there's 8 laps left. Be 7 to go at the green. Is it worth coming down if nobody else does to take 4? Oh yeah, he was putting up a real fight there, doesn't deny it. Not hearing any denial there, Keith. Looks like we're gonna have everyone come down pit road. Yes, that would be the correct call, I think. Now, what will the pit Oh, sorry, what will the tire strategy be? I can get lane cam here. I kind of want to see as many trucks as I can. See what the deal is. Like we're not going to be able to see the 4 truck, which is kind of pointless because that's who I wanted to see. Terrible camera. All right, Greg Shetner clipping once again. And this will be 4 tires. No brainer for most of them. This 2 truck seems to be far in his stall. Go. Like top 3 are unchanged. Top 4. Holmes. The frame there looks like. I don't think there's too many changes. Maybe Francisco losing a little bit of time. Here we go. We're at the end of this. Yeah, no huge bang ups that time. So we're gonna have ourselves quite a finish here. Let's see if the 2 is able to build another lead like he had last time, because it doesn't look like that truck's very good on the long run. Interesting to see these 2 trucks are capable of now that they have 4 fresh tires. '82 and 21st, so that was not sure. I don't think he was that low going into the pits. Maybe this yellow hurt them more than it helped them. Quite a few DNFs already. DNFs, 1 truck 2 laps down, everyone else still on the lead lap. Chase coming around the final turn and restart. Brace with a great restart, going on the inside in turn 1. He might get him. Needs to clear him before they get into turn 2. Doesn't look like he's gonna do it. Here comes Chase. Chase and Grace battling for the lead. Grace will need to hold on to that outside just for a little longer. They can get into turn 5. Grace cannot clear. Ooh, they make little contact. Looks like Grace might clear him coming off of turn 5. And we have a new leader. First time today. And Grace takes over the top spot. Alvarez hovering around that 4 truck. Take anything away from Chase, as they are both in the playoffs, so every position matters, every point matters. It's Banks in 4th place to play spoiler. Pick up any scrap points he can get. This will certainly help his team point standings. I'm not sure if it'll get him out of the qualifying races, but it can't hurt. Shetner with a quick move in front of Banks. Lily Holmes still sitting in 6th. Looks like she's kind of stalled out for the time being. Vera's now looking on the inside of Grace. Very exciting if Alvarez can steal one here, and then a little more contact from Grace there. Battling side by side on the backstretch. Who's going to get the better toe? Alvarez cleared him. Just. We're going to have another new leader. That's 2 new leaders in 2 laps. Prior 15 laps, only had 1 leader. It's pretty good. About 4 laps to go. Alvarez is starting to build up a small lead now on Grace. Looks like Shetner getting up a second wind here. And to make the move on Grace before this lap's over. Grace has fallen back a little bit, but he's still like he's going to have a good points day regardless. Banks hovering in the top 5. Look like Holmes will get around him without a little bit of help or maybe a mistake. How about that? McAvoy. Consistent as they come. I think he started 7th. He's been in 7th pretty much the whole race. Maybe even 8th. Who knows? There he is. Having himself a good points day as well. Ben Gordon, Donovan, 2 rookies fighting for the 9th spot. All around good racing here at Mosport. Definitely keep this track on the calendar for a couple more seasons at least. This is a great racing product. I'm certainly enjoying it. A little bit less predictable than the usual road courses on NR 2003. Doesn't look like Keith Hughes is able to get any serious moves today. Dropped even more since the restart. And Rip Chase. Saw something similar last season to Dave Grubb. He's finished under caution. Grubb was, I want to say, around top 10. Needed a solid finish and engine just blew. I think it was the final lap or the second last lap. Looks like Trip Chase might be in onto the infield to park it. Hopefully he doesn't stop on the track. We'll bring out a yellow and likely finish this race. Like he might have just enough juice just to get it home. Caution as of yet. Eye on those lights. Things go, but it's just the way it is sometimes. It's not a great day for Sovatek. Had 2 trucks were at least in the top 10, and then I think we're gonna have 3 DNFs for Sovatek. That's a bad day. But 50 grand worth of retirements there. Meanwhile, Vera's walking away. Nearly 4 seconds with 3 laps to go. Not sure if there's going to be enough time even for Shetner to catch. A small little battle here for 4th place. Looks like Holmes was finally able to get around Banks, and Gordon looking to take over 6th place. So in 2 laps, Banks will lose 2 spots. Or sorry, 1 lap, Banks will lose 2 spots. Uh-oh. Oh, Tristan Grace on pit road. Ramirez on pit road. For what, though? Oh, Tristan Grace, another poor finish. I'm not sure what Banks is doing on the track, but this could bring out a yellow. Oh. Oh, man. It's killer. This will likely end this one under yellow again for the 2nd straight season. Not sure what all these guys are pitting for. Well, with any luck, other drivers will need to pit, and then Christian Grace will look like a strategic genius. But I'm very I'm very sure that they don't need to pit again. I'm not sure what that was for. Yeah, because the pits will be closed this time, though, so if they really need to pit, then they will have to come through a closed pit. It's like the one will take the white flag and yellow flag. So just keep our eyes on that pit lane cam just to see if anybody else needs to pit. I'm not really sure what that was all about. Lily Holmes potentially finishing 3rd. That's a big statement. Had a few positions gained. McAvoy getting a top 5. Donovan getting 7th. Gill there with Baker, Charles Baker in the top 10. That's nice. And looks like Danielle Baker got 14th after all that. So that's excellent finish for her. And Jonathan Dennison and Dean Ferguson in top 20s. That's much needed from those teams. They've been struggling a little bit lately. Some bad luck. It's like our number 4 truck officially retiring with engine problems. So that is 3 official retirements for Sovatech. That is brutal. It's like the 20 and 44 retired from. Had time to go look at it. Quick look and see what happened to the 20 truck. Not sure. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. Causing the 82 to get a poor entry on the pit lane. Got about 3/4 of a mile to go before Alvarez is a first-time truck winner. He's very consistent at the start of the season, probably the most consistent driver. I think he even led the points at one point this season, but kind of fell off a little bit. It looks like it's all going to be worthwhile here. Alvarez will be the 2nd driver to lock himself in the 2nd round. What a time to get his first win. Guillermo Alvarez officially crossing the line and getting his first victory. Nice work. I think that's Winter Air's first win as well in any series. Great work for her. All right. Quite interesting. The 82 finished 7th. getting that position. But that is your final standings. We got Alvarez, Shetner, Holmes, Gordon, McAvoy in the top 5. Owen, Donovan, Powell, Gill, and Charles Baker running at your top 10. So that's a little bit of an unpredictable finish there. The rest of your drivers in their finishing order. The overall pretty good race. I do enjoy this track. The racing product and the nature of it in general, it's pretty good. I am going to apologize for being so tardy with these races lately. It's just been constantly getting busier and busier, and it's getting harder and harder to continue, but we will push through, and hopefully we're done these races by the end of the summer. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to update everything, and hopefully we can get another race in by I guess by let's try and shoot for maybe the end of the weekend. A couple days off there, maybe we can shoot for a triple header, maybe. But we'll see. I'm pending, of course, but it's take a lot of time, and I don't have a lot of it anymore. So we'll do what we can with what we can, and hope you guys just appreciate it more whenever we can do it. So that's all for now. Hope you guys enjoyed. We will see you in the next one. Take care.